You know how it is, right? Everywhere you turn online, it seems like the same advice is being screamed at creators.
Oh, yeah.
Make a course.
Right.
Package up all your knowledge. It's like it's the only path to success or something.
Yeah.
I mean, while it might be true, things are changing.
Uh-huh.
And maybe there's a better way to package your expertise, especially if you're a little tired of hearing about building yet another course.
Yeah, I hear that.
Welcome back to the Creator Age podcast, where we help you navigate the ever-evolving world of online business. Today, we're diving deep into a pretty cool concept that's really gaining traction: micro-cohorts.
Yeah, that's right. We need to talk about the elephant in the room here. The
Yeah.
traditional course model just might not be the best fit for every creator or audience.
Right.
We've gone from a world where there wasn't a lot of information to one where there's way too much.
Right.
Consumers are just bombarded with content and, well, they're getting pickier about what they spend their money on.
For sure. I mean, think about it. People can find so much information online for free.
Yeah.
To convince someone to spend their hard-earned money on a course, especially when there are a million other tempting offers out there, you need a whole new strategy.
Exactly. That's where micro cohorts come in. They offer a really fresh approach, focusing on delivering super specific value in a shorter and more focused time frame.
Okay, now I'm interested. Can you break it down for me? What exactly is a micro-cohort?
Well, imagine a small, close group of people online, all working towards the same goal.
Okay.
Instead of a massive course that tries to cover everything, a micro cohort focuses on a very specific outcome.
So instead of trying to be the answer to every question, you're creating a super focused experience that produces tangible results. I like that. Can you give me some examples of what kind of niche or goals would work well in this format?
Well, the great thing about micro cohorts is how versatile they are. You can actually tailor them to any niche or goal imaginable.
Wow.
Whether you're helping people improve their writing skills, become experts in a specific software, or even level up in their careers, the possibilities are pretty much endless. The key is to really pinpoint a problem your audience is dealing with and create a program that guides them towards the solution.
I see how this model could be super effective.
Yeah.
But what makes micro-cohorts so much better than traditional courses? What are the advantages for creators who are thinking about trying this?
There are a few key advantages that make micro cohorts particularly appealing. First, they're designed to be created and delivered in a much shorter time than a full course.
Okay.
And this can be a big relief for creators who are juggling a bunch of projects or just don't want to spend months creating content up front.
That makes sense. It takes some of the pressure off too, right?
Yeah.
You don't feel like you have to create this massive masterpiece that covers every single detail. You can just focus on delivering targeted value.
Exactly. And that leads us to another big advantage. Because they're shorter and more focused, they're usually much easier to manage.
I see.
You don't need tons of technology or a team of assistants to run them. You can host them completely on readily available, easy-to-use platforms.
So creators can get their program up and running without a lot of overhead or technical headaches.
Right.
That's a huge plus, especially for new creators or people who prefer to keep things simple. What about from the participant's perspective? What makes joining a micro-cohort a better experience than taking a traditional online course?
Well, let me ask you this. Would you rather commit to a super long course with hours of videos to watch?
Oh gosh, no.
Or would you be more interested in a dynamic and interactive program designed to give you results in just a few weeks?
I think I would be much more likely to stick with a shorter program, especially if there was live interaction and some kind of community aspect. Sometimes those big courses can be kind of isolating.
Exactly. You're totally right. Micro cohorts offer a more engaging and interactive learning experience. Participants can ask questions live, connect with others who are going through the same journey, and receive personal feedback that helps them stay on track and motivated. That sense of community can be so powerful, especially online where it's easy to feel disconnected.
It really does sound like micro cohorts have a ton of advantages for both creators and participants. But let's face it, it's a pretty competitive world out there.
It is.
How can creators make their micro cohorts really stand out?
Right.
How do they make sure their program gets noticed and attracts the right people?
That's the exciting part. Just copying what everyone else is doing won't cut it.
Right.
You have to find your unique angle, that special, some people call your gap. That's what sets you apart and makes you irresistible.
Okay. I love the idea of finding my gap, but how do I do that?
Yeah.
Is it all about picking the right niche? Or is there more to it than that?
Well, it's a bit of both. Choosing the right niche is super important.
Uh-huh.
You want to pick something you're passionate about, something you really know, and of course, something that people actually want to learn about.
Okay.
But it's not just about what you teach, but how you teach it.
What do you mean by the HOW? Are we talking about teaching style,
hmm
or is it something else entirely?
It's about the whole experience you create. Think about it. How can you present your knowledge in a way that's fresh and engaging, something different from everyone else?
Okay.
Maybe you could include interactive elements that other cohorts don't have, or you structure it in a unique way that gets amazing results.
So it's about going beyond the standard format
Yeah.
and adding your own personality, creativity, and those unique things you've learned.
Yes, exactly. It's about creating an experience people will rave about, an experience so good that they can't wait to tell their friends.
I love it.
Mm.
We've talked a lot about the live element of micro cohorts, but is it a must to do them live?
Hmm.
Or could you offer them as a pre-recorded program?
You can definitely offer pre-recorded versions later down the line,
Hmm.
but there's something truly special about that live launch. That's where the energy is, the connections happen, and things really get going.
What makes that live element so important, especially in the beginning?
Think about the difference between watching a recording of a concert versus being there live.
Oh, yeah.
That's the power of live. Participants feel that sense of urgency, like they're part of something special that's happening right now.
So that live component creates a level of engagement and connection you can't really get with pre-recorded content.
Exactly. Plus, that initial live launch is a chance to build buzz, get some social proof, and gather feedback to make your program even better.
So even if you eventually offer a pre-recorded option, doing it live at the beginning is key to a successful micro cohort.
Absolutely. And even after that first launch, you can keep that live energy going.
Right.
You can do Q&A sessions, have guest speakers, or even add bonus live workshops. This helps you keep the community going, keep people engaged, and provide ongoing value to your participants.
So it sounds like micro cohorts are a lot more flexible than traditional courses.
Mm.
Creators can experiment, adjust things, and react to their audience in real time.
That's exactly it. And it's very empowering. It gives you the freedom to create and deliver your content authentically and make sure everyone gets the most out of the experience.
Speaking of new technology, with all the talk about AI, how do you see that impacting micro cohorts? Is it a good thing or a bad thing?
AI is an amazing tool that can really improve the learning experience, but it's important to remember that it's just a tool.
Mhm.
It can help you automate tasks, personalize how content is delivered, and even provide insights that can make your program better.
So AI can be helpful, but it can't replace that human element that makes micro cohorts so unique.
Exactly. AI can't truly understand nuances, have empathy, or give the real-time support that a real person can. There's something magical about people connecting in a live, interactive setting. It's something AI just can't replicate.
It's like the difference between reading a textbook and talking to an expert who can answer your questions directly.
Exactly.
You can get information from AI,
Right.
but real understanding comes from human interaction.
You're so right. As our world becomes more and more digital, that need for real human connection becomes even stronger. Micro cohorts give us the perfect blend of modern technology and genuine human interaction. It's a really powerful combo.
This whole conversation has been eye-opening. I feel really inspired to rethink how I approach online education and dive deeper into the possibilities with micro cohorts.
That's so great to hear. It's about finding what truly connects with you and your audience,
Hmm.
what helps you create a business and life that you absolutely love.
So for our listeners, what's the biggest takeaway here?
Hmm.
What should they be thinking about as they consider using micro cohorts in their businesses?
The online world is constantly changing, and how we create, learn, and share information changes with it. That old way of making huge courses that try to be everything to everyone feels a bit outdated.
I agree.
Micro cohorts offer a newer, more dynamic, and engaging way to connect with your audience on a deeper level.
So it's more than just following the trends.
Yeah.
It's about understanding how people are learning and what's important to them.
That's a perfect way to put it. Micro cohorts fulfill that desire for connection, community, and personalized support that you often don't get in the typical online learning experience. They let creators share their knowledge in a more personal and impactful way while building a loyal audience that wants to learn and grow together.
This has been a truly insightful conversation. I'm feeling really motivated to rethink how I do online education.